Good afternoon, and the Brazos County Commissioners Court will assume duties for our workshop session for today's budget workshop as follows, and we have called the meeting to order, and I will ask Ms. Payne to come to the front and take the lead. Thank you, Ms. Payne.
Good afternoon. How is everybody today?
It's a great day in court. We're all good.
I love seeing those pearly whites. It's going to be a great afternoon. So today we're going to go ahead and review all the personnel requests from all the departments. Yes, it's going to take 2 days, but I'm hoping to make it go by fast. So we're going to have a blast. Sound good?
Good, yes.
Okay, that's all the jokes I have for today.
I'm so excited.
First off, yes, we will be proposing a 4% cost of living for all positions, but I want to make it clear that we do have elected officials that will be receiving the 4% as well. I do want to make you aware of their salaries today. The date that I will propose the budget, I will make it, it will be more official to where we have to have it posted in the newspaper and go with the statute for so many days, but I want to go ahead and do a sneak peek for the elected officials so they're aware as well. And of course, this is elected officials' annual salary. It's by statute, so we're tied by rules and regulations, so we can and cannot do, of course. And so here it says each year the Commissioners Court shall set the salary, expenses, and other allowances of elected officials for each precinct as well as elected county. The Commissioner shall set the items at a regular meeting at the court during the regular budget hearing and adoption proceedings. And so that's why we're going to do a prelim here. And then once I have a regular meeting, that's when we set the elected officials and we'll go into like a grievance period. Before the 10th day, the date of the meeting, the Commissioners Court must publish in the newspaper of general circulation in the county and notice of their salaries, expenses, allowances that was proposed. So that will come at a future date. And so I just want to let you know this is by statute, especially for the public who is here and is not aware. So then I want to go ahead and pull up the elected official salaries. Keep in mind the first column where it says base FY25 salary, that is their current pay base. Where it says base 26 salary, that is including the 4% cost of living. Notice that there are 5 elected officials that are bound by a Senate bill that came down this year, Senate Bill 293. We'll go into further discussion in just a bit regarding what increases that the governor has signed off on, and we'll go into the cost increases based on that. Their county longevity is based by how many years they have been here. Other supplements where it says $1,200, those certain elected officials receive a juvenile supplement. Juvenile board supplement is by statute, $1,200. Their annual salaries at the very end. I'm going to scroll down a little bit so you can get the rest of them. Okay. Again, this will be published at a regular Commissioners Court meeting when we propose the budget. As soon as it happens, I will publish it in the newspaper, and then the grievance period will start for those elected officials. Do you have any questions regarding this?
Commissioners?
Can you tell me why the county attorney took a decrease in pay?
We will get to that when we get to his department.
Okay.
And just for the record, we did meet with
Yes, with Earl.
Ray this week.
And it's because of the Senate bill, and I'll go into a little bit more detail.
Okay. Thank you.
It's not
Very
our.
detailed explanation. She will do a fine job.
Sound good. Any other questions regarding elected official salaries? Again, this is just to show y'all. We will run this through court for approval, and it will be published in the newspaper. With that being said, we'll move on. Looking for my little. The first up is going to be the county judge, and I'll start the discussion. This is a personnel change. This is for the public communication officer position. Currently, it's at a part-time slot. It has been requested to move this position up to full-time. It will increase the budget by $72,054, and this is because of insurance will be accumulated, benefits, retirement, and so that's why it's that much of an increase. I'm going to let Judge Cassell take over now regarding this position.
Please fire away with any questions, Commissioners. It has been my observation that we have an incredible public communications officer with us, and we need to do a better job of telling our story and letting the county and our constituents know what's going on in Brazos County. So in a move to be transparent and be nimble to tell our story quickly and get the word out, we need to be more active at our public communications officer that will serve the entire court.
Couldn't say that better.
Any comments, questions, or discussion?
Nope.
No, thank you, thank you. No,
Have you
She was
broken
able-
it to her yet?
Just glad,
Unfortunately, yes, she's agreed.
Okay.
yeah.
If
yeah,
approved.
yeah. We're glad she's willing to come on full-time.
Excuse me, guys.
As you can tell, same thing with capital. If you see asterisks on the PowerPoint, that means that I went ahead and added it to the proposed budget. But at the very end of tomorrow, we'll go through and prioritize every single position again, okay? The next up is going to be risk management with the direction of the Commissioners Court. It was directed for us to create a position for the ADA coordinator, hourly, full-time, with a total cost of $100,000. The salary benefits, of course, is $97,001. It also comes with operation costs. They have to have a computer, software, phone, that kind of thing. So that's why there's additional $3,800 set aside for that, for this position. Do you have any questions regarding the ADA coordinator?
Is this replacing somebody, or?
No.
It's a new position?
It's a brand-new position.
A needed position.
And this is us not doing that very expensive study, Fred.
Correct. Any questions regarding this?
Commissioners?
No.
Nope. Proceed.
Information technology, this is where I would ask Mr. Eric Caldwell to come up and explain it. I will go ahead and read it while he's coming up. His request is to take the security analyst, what is currently hourly, to a salary position, no cost.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Eric Caldwell, Chief Information Officer for Brazos County Precinct 1. Yes, no, I'm asking for no funding for position control this year. I have a security analyst who is currently an hourly employee. However, he does have to function independently. He is currently answering to the Chief Information Security Officer, but the security analyst is also responsible for developing incident response plans, and in the absence of the Chief Information Security Officer, he's got to be able to respond to security incidents when they come up. He does not need hand-holding, and so consequently, we felt that it was appropriate to make him salary. And again, there'll be no change to his actual income.
Well, unless he's paid on a 1099, there would be an increase, because you'd be increasing the benefits, correct? You wouldn't be?
No.
Health insurance?
Nope,
any of
he's
that?
already full-time. The only thing that changes is that instead of clocking in hourly, he's salary. And so he's still going to be paid the same exact amount, same benefits, same Social Security, same retirement's going to be withdrawn.
Okay,
It's just how he's just salary.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you for the clarification.
Thank you.
He would not be eligible for comp time, time and a half, after putting in 40 hours. So I haven't told him, but we're going to work him just that much harder.
It is. It's cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.
We're moving along pretty fast. Next up is project management, and there's two requests. One request came from the direction from Commissioners Court, new position, project coordinator. This is to help assist project management as well with all the projects that are going on. Total cost is $119,325. If you want to split it up, salary and benefits, $115,000. Operation cost, $4,300. Of course, they'll come with the county cell phone, computer, desk phone, all the good stuff that in order for them to operate. The next is a personnel change. This is a no cost to the county. It is to change the title from assistant project manager to project manager. Total request between the two is $119,325. Do you all have any questions regarding that?
Commissioners?
No,
No, sir.
go ahead and ask my questions.
Next up will be Human Resources. I'll let her explain her request as right now it says zero cost to the county. There's a lot of title changes, and so I'll let her go into more detail.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. Jennifer Salazar, Human Resources Director. Our request is to reclassify titles to better fit the work that our team is doing. This request is about moving human resources from a primarily transactional role, processing forms, putting out hours, being reactive, to a more strategic role that supports the county's long-term needs. We are not adding new positions or asking for more funding. This is a no-cost request to simply retitle existing positions so they accurately reflect the specialized work that's being done. Historically, the HR team has operated as generalists. By reclassifying our roles, we can assign clear areas of responsibility, ensure cross-training and backups for all critical functions, and make sure that we're operating more efficiently. With the move to Oracle, we now have the tools and data capabilities that the county has never had before. And while Oracle can be complex and tedious in some ways, it's also opened the doors for more efficient processes, hopefully some automation in the future, and analytics that will hopefully help us to work smarter. The reclassification creates a chain of responsibility, empowers our team members, and positions HR to be proactive rather than reactive, focusing on our upcoming projects, such as the creation of a county employee recognition program, the upcoming compensation and benefits study, and the subsequent performance management and merit programs. This request will strengthen our foundation, putting the right people in the right roles with the right level of authority to serve the county efficiently moving forward. Any questions?
So my question is that you're saying there'll be no change, so these are people who are already employed in your department?
Correct. We're just
And
changing
they
their
already
titles.
have the skill set to be compensation and benefits coordinator?
Yep.
So why didn't they have these titles before?
We didn't have them in these roles in years past. In addition, since the move to Oracle, we've been able to look at our workload and the tasks that we need to do and better balance them to where they fit. You know, where does benefits fit best? Does it fit with compensation? Does it fit with protected leave? And being able to make sure that we're managing our workloads. Because we had some staff who were barely working 80 hours, and we had other staff working 120 hours every pay period. And we need to try to balance that out a bit, and that's what we've been working on these last few months.
Why are you moving from group 20 to group 22?
That was to ensure internal equity. It's not an increase at all in pay. It's internal equity. That position is taking on a higher level of responsibility to oversee the day-to-day operations. It is in alignment with other similarly grouped positions. Any other questions?
Commissioners?
No.
No.
Okay.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Okay. The next is going to be the county attorney. We're going to take the deleted position first before we go into the SB 293 discussion. The county attorney has requested to delete an investigator. It has been vacant for a good while, and so he sees the need to go ahead and save the county money and get rid of this position. Total savings would be $120,851. The next up is a personal change. This is to decrease the county attorney salary from $123,624. I also put the local government code 659.01 and Senate Bill 293 that was passed effective September 1, setting county salary benchmark at $96,250 on the county side. So the total cost from the state supplement that the state will send for the county attorney is $96,250. But there's a benchmark cap. The county attorney is not able to receive salary above and beyond the $192,500. If they do, the additional money automatically goes into their operation expenses. So even though there was a decrease to his salary of $27,374, that money was redirected to his operational expenses to better fit his needs in his office. It's not something that the county is responsible for. This is because of the Senate Bill 293 that came down and questions were asked regarding the benchmark. Hopefully I could get it changed.
So you're saying you're by statute, they have reduced the salary legislatively?
By the benchmark. And so when it comes to the county, especially for the district attorneys as well as the district judges, they're set Their salaries are set by the state as well. We can only go above a certain amount, and that's it. It's capped. And so this is a line for the county attorney as well.
So like I said, Nina and I met with Earl. We discussed it. There's many interpretations. As I look out, this is the most attorneys I've seen in the court in a while. And everybody had an opinion, but we, together and with Earl's lead, took the conservative approach that the intent was that it is capped, and he was fine with that. And like most people like Earl, he wanted to give it to salaried employees, which unfortunately we couldn't do and had to go back into the budget. But it stays in the county attorney's office. But we will follow this and watch the different findings and opinions across the state. I know there's 2 or 3 counties that are going to question it, and we'll see how that prevails. But Earl made the call that let's do what we think the right interpretation is.
Correct. And of course, they're set by longevity too by the state, and so every 4 years they'll get an increase. And so the next time the longevity is matched, he'll get an increase on that side. It's just, I'd rather us be safe than for him to have to pay the state back if you overpay. I don't think
I
that's fair.
understand, but just kind of surprised.
Yeah, me too. Is this by any chance unintended consequences of bad legislation?
That's what it sounds like.
I will not answer that.
Fred, you and I can answer this question later based on the intent of our former colleagues that thought they were doing good and trying to do good and didn't want it tied to you or my retirement.
I mean, you want me, I'll sit there and tell you how I feel. I think that there's some laws that are made based on some of them not understanding or seeing how hard work some of the judicial staff goes through. And so, just like the district judges and the district attorney, they haven't received an increase since 2013. Even though the staff has received cost of livings, they have not. And so it's the state.
We will continue to monitor.
Yes.
Nina, thank you for your
You're
hard work.
welcome.
Thank you, Nina.
And Earl, I don't see him out there. Thank you for your cooperation. We will monitor this as we move forward.
Okay. The next up is going to be district attorney. I will go ahead and go over his first, the delete to create, and then we'll go over the the SB 993. He has requested to delete to create, no cost to the county. It's a legal administrative secretary, hourly full-time, to create a digital evidence coordinator, salary full-time, 0 cost. It's just a title change instead of being paid hourly, salary with more guidelines, as well as the Senate Bill 293. Currently, the county portion of the district attorney's salary is $18,000. The last time they have received an increase, like I stated, was 2013. If they have received the cost of living that the staff has received since 2013, it would actually put them close to $18,000. Not to say that's not good enough, but I think the state is up to par to
This
what
is the county's portion.
This is the county's portion.
Okay.
We cannot go above $18,000. If we go above $18,000, he'll receive less from the state. And so we want to make sure we give them as much as we can based on the statute, which is $18,000. I'm sorry, it's going from $18,000 to $25,000.
$25,000.
Try and give you a pay decrease. But I'm gonna let him come up and defend it as well, being an attorney. Sound good?
Are you qualified to defend this? I say that.
I would ask the judges behind me, but I'm afraid of what they'll say.
Okay.
So,
Mr. Parsons, welcome.
yes,
Thank you.
welcome. Thank y'all for being here. Real quick, mine won't take a long time. The first is the increase in salary from 1825. I will echo what Nina just said. We have not had a pay increase. That is only the county's portion. The state pays a portion, so it is very small compared to what the state pays at that time and the work that myself and the judges do. I think they're going to echo those comments, and it is a $7,000 increase right there, which came through with SB 293. And so I think that is I think that helps in the district attorney's salary as well as the judge's salary. To the second issue of changing the title from legal administration secretary to digital evidence coordinator. We received an opening we had an opening of a person who retired after about 25 years to try to change the way that we think and change the mindset from not just a legal admin secretary. We took a risk and hired someone that is more digital evidence, that is computer savvy, and has basically changed the framework of our office and the trajectory of our office. And so that person not only does digital evidence coordination, which, to give you just a little bit of a taste of what we have to deal with, there's over 3.1 million items of evidence that we are dealing with digitally in our office, and he oversees that.
Say that one more time.
$3.1 million.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm in like Austin Powers deal. 3.1 million items that we deal with. That's just digital evidence alone that we are responsible for in terms of discovery. He oversees that, as well as 3 other individuals in our office that are responsible for discovery. Not only does that digital evidence coordinator do that part internally, they're doing trainings internally and externally with defense attorneys who need that help, because sometimes the digital evidence world is a little bit different for individuals who have been lawyers for a long time. He helps those individuals. We've also looked at this and worked with the law enforcement agencies, Bryan PD, College Station PD, to be able to have quarterly meetings so that we can streamline and start long-term having like a naming convention so that everybody's naming their stuff exactly the same. So all the all the law enforcement agencies can be on the same song sheet when delivering that evidence to us, because it has real-world consequences, not only to victims, but also to defendants who are in the system at that point in time, to make sure we're giving their attorneys the evidence that they need. And so we're asking to do that change and delete the legal administration title and place digital evidence coordinator there, and that's a salary position to deal with the supervisory things that supervisory things that he is overseeing, as well as the work that he is doing that he can do on his own. Just like Mr. Caldwell said, that he doesn't need a lot of supervision from us, but he is doing a great job in our office.
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions?
None.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I'm going to
Travis.
get out before there are any objections.
I'd run.
District Clerk has sent an email last night or early this morning removing his request, so there's no need to, he's not requesting a new position anymore. It's been wiped off clean. Sound good?
Good.
Yay. County Clerk, personnel change. This is to delete to create, zero cost to the county. She is asking to delete a deputy clerk deputy clerk 2 to create a deputy county clerk 3. No cost, but I'll go ahead and let Ms. Karen give a little detail.
Good afternoon. This request is just to reclassify a position. I've had a clerk in, doing a clerk 3 position since October of last year. Since it was after budget, we weren't able to do this request at that time. This position handles guardianships. I already have one clerk doing the same work. It was too much, so this clerk has taken that position on. So we're just reclassifying her to be a clerk 3 for the court staff. That's it.
Commissioners, any questions?
None?
Karen,
Okay.
thank you for the
Thank
workflow
you.
chart.
Thank
That makes perfect sense. Thank you.
The next up, we're going to go ahead and get the district judges. They're all going to come up, and since they're the same request based on the Senate Bill 293 for 85th, 272nd, 361st, and 472nd, they are going from $18,000 to $25,000 due to Senate Bill 293. Granted, it's split between they get a juvenile board supplement. And so that's $1,200, and so their base salary is $23,800, which equals $25,000. Total cost to the county for each department is $8,795. But I'm going to go ahead and let the judges come in and spread the word of why they need it as well.
Judge Hilburn, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Judge Hawthorne sends his condolences. He's in trial right now, so he couldn't be over here. He would have been here had he not been. Just to give you an idea of where this $25,000 comes from, the $18,000 current and the allowable up to $25,000. Our salary is mostly from the state. There is a statute that allows the counties to give a supplement, and it's a very convoluted formula that caps the district judges based on how much an appellate judge makes. So that is the formula of where we get capped at $18,000 currently, and will be capped effective September 1 at $25,000. As Jarvis mentioned, the same thing falls on us. We haven't had any pay raise from the state or the county due to statute since 2013. And with the COLAs, this puts us just shy of what we would be making had we been getting the same COLA all the county employees win. So we're still not adjusted cost of living wise where everybody else has been, but it certainly puts us in a much better position to keep up with life. And so we'd request the approval of this adjustment.
Thank you, Judge Hilbert. Any questions from the court?
I feel your pain. The judge and I suffered through $600 a month for many, many, many years, so, without any raise. So I
Understood.
understand what you're going through.
Understood. All right. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Judge.
Judge Brick, is that the order, or which way are we going?
Judge Brick and I were gonna stand next to David on either side, like we were enforcers, but we thought that was bad.
You're going to have to take his razor away.
We'll give you some time there.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and skip to.
Thank you for that. Gentlemen,
I've never been in a courtroom with so many, like you said, judges and attorneys. I feel a little nervous. So for 72nd District Court, we did go over his salary regarding the Senate Bill 293, but he has asked for, Judge Weiss has asked for additional increases to his staff. For one, he's asking for the coordinator to go from a Group 21, Step 2 to Group 21, Step 10, additional $17,780 to the budget. Also increasing the bailiff from Group 17, Step 4 to Group 17, Step 9, an additional increase of $9,241, as well as administrative secretary from Group 16, Step 2 to Group 16, Step 9, with an additional $12,044. I'm going ahead and ask Judge Weiss to come in and go.
Nina, how many of these are part of SB 293?
Just the top one.
Just the top one, okay? And with these increases, is the 4% COLA included in that?
Yes, sir.
It is, okay.
Good afternoon.
welcome, Judge.
Oh, I'm sorry, permission to approach?
Permission to approach.
There we go.
I'm looking for a bailiff. Paul, come running.
So unfortunately, thank you so much. Unfortunately, I have to come up here and actually say, this is going to affect the budget, and I am asking for actual dollars. Let me rewind the clock just a touch, though, and tell you what happened in September of 2023. And that was when Governor Abbott signed into law the creation of the 472nd District Court. It was asked for by Representative Cassell at the time, and your Representative Rainey, now Judge Cassell, of course, and it was to create this new court. When Governor Abbott appointed me, I met with Judge Peters at the time. Judge Peters said, well, unfortunately, we thought this was going to be in 2024 budget cycle. We don't have a budget for your court. I said, no problem. I'll serve however it can be used, whether with the staff, without a staff, whatever you want, Judge. He said, well, let's go ahead and put together a preliminary budget, a bare bones budget, at least get you up off the ground and with a staff. I said, great. Whatever you can do, I'm happy for it. So I was given a staff at basically the lowest groups or steps or whatever it's called, just to get some people hired, and I did. Now I want to run through with you real quick in this packet the bailiff. I submitted a Freedom of Information Act request, and so what you're going to see is all the hourly for all the different bailiffs for the county and district courts. And I don't want to waste all your time, so just look at the highlight. That's the lowest paid person, okay? And on this one, it's, I don't want to say it out loud, but it's, you see the lowest paid person is making $29.47 an hour, right? That doesn't include my bailiff. Turn the page. In yellow, you see my bailiff is only making $26.05 per hour, right? That's $3.42 per hour, lower than the next lowest paid bailiff, all right? And so I'm just asking to bring my bailiff up to the next lowest paid bailiff. I don't need the average. The average would be more like, I think it's $30 an hour. I'm asking for under the average. That's for the bailiff. The next one I have, and unfortunately my order is different than the order on the PowerPoint. My apologies, I didn't know what order we were going in, is administrative secretary. Again, Freedom of Information Act request yielded results from the lowest paid administrative secretary of the district and county courts in Brazos County is $28.05. Now turn the page and see what my administrative secretary is making. It's $23.59. Again, because I was given the lowest step just to get some people hired because we didn't have a budget for the 472nd back in 2023. And so now I'm asking for that to be raised up to the next would be the lowest paid administrative secretary. I'm not asking for the average, I just want the next lowest person. Then for my court coordinator. My court coordinator is a little different because in the Freedom of Information Act request, I actually also captured one of the associate courts that has a coordinator who, it's a little different than the county and district courts. And so that coordinator actually makes $35.91 an hour, but the next lowest county or district court coordinator makes $39.60 an hour. I'll be honest with you, I thought probably, let's just cut in between. And so I've requested to raise my coordinator up to $38.81 an hour, which would be kind of between the bottom two, even because the bottom one is an associate court, it's not exactly the same as the county and the district courts. So that's my analysis. That's why I think it's fair. I hate coming to you asking for money. I truly do. As a conservative, fiscal conservative, I believe government should be as efficient and streamlined as possible. Unfortunately, I also know you got to take care of your people. And my people were taken care of as best as possible by Judge Peters because he gave us a budget, an emergency budget, outside the budget cycle to get some people in place to start doing work for this county. And I appreciate that. But now we got to get them up to at least making what the next lowest person should be making, right? Well, there has to be some equality and fairness and reasonableness to the salaries that we offer our people. I'm open for questions, anything you have for me.
Thank you, Judge Wise. Commissioners, any questions for Judge?
Yeah, great presentation.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
May I speak regarding the 472nd?
Please,
Okay.
Ms. Payne.
Last year, I brought the judges together to try to put the bailiffs on ranges. Because they're not all certified the same way, we were not able to reach to an agreement on where they should be sitting, because some of them are peace officer certified, some of them are just bailiff trained or certified. And so it's hard for a peace officer to be making a higher amount, because there's more training than just a regular bailiff certification. They shouldn't be making the same amount because it's different training. And so I'll take that into consideration. As well as keep in mind that most of these positions that you're looking at have merits on top of these steps. And so keep that in mind. With the merit situation that we are in now, the true cost of the position has been lost because of the merit being put onto the position. And so that's why we have came to the court to ask for a compensation study to try to get us in line for all positions. Okay. I just want to give you all the history on that one. Do you have any
Thank you.
questions?
Thanks for the clarification.
Mm-hmm. May I go to the next one?
Yes, proceed.
Regarding, oh, this is past. Where am I at? Wrong way.
Juvenile court.
Yes.
Judges and Commissioners, Misty Swan is in court right now. She took a break and is walking as we speak. So if we could come back to this one so she can be here.
Judge Hilburn, thank you. We'd be glad to.
Let's see.
Skipping to 14,
Yep.
family associate
We're going to do
court.
family associate is, yeah, she's here. So this one, family associate court is asking for a new position. She would like to create administrative secretary, total cost of $93,625, as well as personnel changes to increase the court coordinator from group 21 step 9 to group 21 step 14. Total cost for the department is $106,422. I will ask Judge Shinserling to come up and explain her request.
Judge, welcome.
Good afternoon. I'd like to also introduce you to my court coordinator, who I'm asking for the raise for. She's going to pass out information for you, which will give you some data that I think is helpful in determining whether or not you think this particular court coordinator needs the raise that I've asked for. Would you please? Do you mind if she approaches?
No, please approach.
Thank you very much.
Miss, Commissioner Watson.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't hear her name.
Her name is Elena Schultz.
Elena Schultz. Okay, thank you.
Elena Schultz. Let me tell you about Ms. Schultz. Ms. Schultz and I met first
Thank you,
in
Ms. Schultz.
2019, I
your
believe it
name.
was. Oh, Judge Hensler Lane?
Okay,
Oh,
I'm sorry,
I'm
I don't know
sorry.
you.
I'm sorry. Wanda.
Oh, that's okay, I
Ms.
didn't know
Watson.
her face, she wasn't a familiar face.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I was more interested in y'all getting to know my court coordinator. She does a whole lot more work than I do, and I think I do my fair share. She is someone I met in 2019 as an intern from Blinn.
No.
She worked for my then court coordinator, Debbie Reed, and learned everything that she could possibly learn from us. My court coordinator, Debbie Reed, retired 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, I was desperate for somebody who could keep up with our pace. Gentlemen, if you will, and lady, if you will look, please, at the end of the first packet, which you'll see says court coordinator. I've got red marks all over mine, but do you see this part where it says court coordinator? You'll see which packet I'm referring to. If you'll look at the back, you'll see that all the numbers are there, how my court has only increased, even during COVID. I have handled more cases every month of every year than ever before. As a matter of fact, I'm thankful to serve for all 6 presiding courts. I hear all family law, every single bit of it. Divorces, modifications, everybody that wants to come in and, call their mama names, this is where they come. This is the lady who keeps us flowing. Now, what's interesting for me, if I were in your position, is that she took over for someone who had multiple years of experience from the county doing this particular job, 15 years, maybe even more, but I believe it was 15 years. After that, she stepped in smoothly, and each of the last 2 years, we have increased our performance every month without having anything slip through the cracks. Now, what's important to me about that is our people are still getting served. Our people are still getting hearings. They're still getting their time. They're still getting their attention. And it would be a whole lot easier for me if I could go to sleep at night knowing that the person who makes my court run smoothly and keeps our constituents satisfied is paid adequately. And last year, I could only justify a new rate for her because she had just worked for us for that first year. I could not prove to you what I can prove now. I cannot prove the numbers would continue to increase. I could not tell you that I knew from her skills in 2019 forward as an intern that she would be as excellent as she is with any kind of credibility. Now I can. Now it happens. And now I need help. Now I need her to be paid. I'm not asking for myself, I'm asking for her. She deserves it. If she had a secretary, which is packet number 2, I'm sure she would feel a whole lot less stressed and she would probably be able to sleep better at night. But look, business is business. Gentlemen, ladies, I'm not here to make this any more difficult than it has to be on the county. I'll answer my own dadgum phone. I'll clean my own dadgum potties. I don't need a secretary if I can get her a raise. I'll do without one to get the other. I promise you, I'll empty my own trash. I ain't nobody. Okay? Questions? How
Thank you,
can I help
Judge.
you?
Commissioners, any questions? Judge Henson?
Nope, convincing.
Anything else?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge.
It's my pleasure.
I like you fight for your staff.
And it's my pleasure to serve.
People first.
Yes, ma'am.
You may be.
Thank you.
Judge Swan just walked in, so I want to go ahead and go back to hers. Juvenile court referee, personnel changes, increase from the court coordinator from a group 21 step 14 to a group 21 step 20, an additional increase to the budget, $17,547. I will ask for Judge Swan to go ahead and come up so you can explain your request.
Thank you, Judge Swan.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Sorry you had to race over.
That's okay. Thank you for listening this afternoon. So originally we had a reclassification, and that's what it would have had to happen with that increase in raise. So I'm now proposing that instead it be an additional stipend. So in 2009, Ms. Luna received a stipend for $3,500, and that was to translate. Since that period in time, our caseload has at least doubled. And so I'm happy to present the court with some numbers if you'd like to take a look at those. But for example, in 2021, we had 467 referrals, and that's a 10-year difference between the time that stipend occurred in that year. And then in 2024, we had 811 referrals. So juvenile cases are increasing tremendously. And the reason I'm supporting her on that additional stipend is based on that increase in numbers, as well as she doesn't have a secretary. So a lot of those secretarial duties fall on Ms. Luna, as well as she is translating daily for my juvenile cases. I can't do juvenile as quickly and efficiently without her translating. And the reason that is I don't know at any point in time when I'm going to need a translator. So the cases come in overnight, and I find out at about 8 a.m. whether or not those juveniles or their parents are going to need translation, and she's there. She's there with me as my court coordinator, as my translator, making sure my docket runs efficiently and smoothly, as well as that increase in caseload, as I indicated. Are there any questions specifically about either her job duties or the numbers in juvenile that?
Commissioners, any questions for Judge Swan?
No.
So I am asking that the court consider that full raise. She's provided documentation what that increase would be if the county had to pay for a translator at their standard fee. And so you should be able to compare those numbers to what she's asking. And thank you for listening in your time this afternoon.
No, thank you so much.
At this point, I would like Judge Swan to put in an official request for this change. At this point, it is past the deadline. I don't have anything in writing for the stipend, and so I asked for her to send it to me in writing.
And when does that need to be in?
Today,
Today,
tonight,
okay.
That way, because we're closing.
you very
That way I
much.
could present to you tomorrow the final findings. That's okay?
Excellent.
Thank
Okay.
you, Ms. Luna.
Thank you. Ms. Luna, Ms. Swan. Judge Swan.
The next up is going to be County Court at Law. This is again SB 22.
You notice these are all Senate bills, by the way.
It's not SB 22.
Who was his senator?
For County Court at Law number 1, this is the same thing as the district judges and the district attorney. This is regarding the Senate Bill 293. This is to increase County Court at Law number 1 from $193,400 to $234,000. The benchmark salary for the 12-plus years is $234,000. This is what the state has set. In your packet, you have the statutes in there. I was going to try to print it before court, but didn't get to it. And so the total request is $48,056. Do you have any questions regarding this? It says
Commissioners?
unfunded mandates, but it's a
Yeah.
good unfunded mandate. I mean, they do deserve it.
They do come.
The next step is going to be County Court at Law 2, the same thing, $10,191. This judge has less years sitting on the bench, and so their salary is benchmarked at $199,000. Current salary is $188,745, so that's where the increase is coming from. Any questions regarding the County Court at Law number 2's salary?
Commissioners?
That's Judge Mansky.
This is going to be Judge Brantley for
Judge
County Court
Brantley.
at Law 2, Brantley. Okay, court support guardianship. This is going to be no cost to the county by moving positions around to account better documentation.
Better classification.
Well, currently, these positions are housed under County Court at Law 1 and County Court at Law 2 to deal with probate and guardianship.
Okay.
We would like to take these positions out of County Court at Law 1 and County Court at Law 2 to put them under a division that's been created years ago. It's called Court Support Guardianship, so we can have true costs of what guardianship and probate's costing us, and this is one way to do it. It's no cost to the county. We're just moving positions around to a different division, so it's better reporting for us.
To the correct division.
And so,
Thank you.
do you have any questions regarding, it's moving 4 positions, like I said, it's just moving from one division to another. CCL 1, County Court at Law 1, will be the administrative judge over these positions, so that judge will have full authority to do payroll, order items, and handle court duties. Sound okay?
Any questions, commissioners? Thank
Zero
you.
cost. I just like to, zero cost. Next, I think this is the last one
This
for
is
the
it.
day.
This is the last agenda item.
Justice of the Peace Precinct Number 4. This is a personnel change. Judge is asking for an increase to the court coordinator from Group 17, Step 7 to Group 17, Step 16, an additional cost to the county of $18,895. Let's see if, hey, come on up.
Mr. Booker, come on up.
I'll let Judge Booker to go into detail regarding his request.
Hello, how y'all doing?
We're very good today. Good to see
This is
you.
my first time being here, so.
Take your time.
I'm walking through. I'm gonna give y'all a copy of what I'm gonna go through. It seems like a lot, but we're gonna go through it pretty fast. Yeah,
Not at all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're documenting your justification?
yeah, it's
Thank you.
Why don't we- why don't we get nobody to find? Oh, wait.
You are gonna read all this, right? You are gonna read all this, right?
No, I'm gonna go through it pretty quick. It's not a lot. But here's what we got. We have a mandate, the legislative, we have to add mandate legislature have to add a cultural diversity to the juvenile. We have to put a whole another department to it. Everyone that's non-traffic, they come in, the state has mandated a position. It mandated with pay, rather than us creating another position. I want to, I've assigned it to my court coordinator. I want to know if I can get her raise, and that will save from having to pay for a whole position. Okay, and that's not the only reason. It's because when we took over this office, you'll have in the package each one of these deals you have. That's the one reason, but I'm gonna get back to it here in just a minute. When we took over the office, I have a package 5 months back of from 21 to 25. You can see how the revenue is increased. We actually work these cases much harder and much better. The revenue is there. It's coming up, and it's coming up all the time. If you look at each one of these packages here, it'll have for each year, January, February, on up to May of each year, and you can see the revenue change. Now, this cultural diversity is what we got here is we have to create a program mandated by the state, and it went into effect January the 1st for all JPs. And it's the legislature that's been passed. And what we have to do is put programs together for the children 17 and under. And what it requires us to have a diversity program so we can get it expunged. In dealing with this here, we have to include other agencies, A&M, and we're right now we're going with the REDS package. Let me see. First sheet, you'll see the REDS package, but that's through A&M, and we've got other ones going too. If you look here, this is the REDS package. We have to put all this together, and what it does is it's a program that we take them through with all these others, and we coordinate it. And what it does, after they complete it correctly, we have to have it expunged from their records so they don't go into adult with this on these records. And that's what the state legislature wants us to do. And my court coordinator works hard. She's a workaholic, more or less, more than me. But anyway, I've got a great staff, but I got to get her paid to keep her. And that's probably what y'all been hearing all around, but I've got to get her paid to keep her. That's why I request. I'm not requesting no more money for me because I like my job and I like being here. I almost rather pay y'all to come here, but anyway. But I love my job, so I don't. But I love my job. I like what I do.
Is
I
that an
really
offer?
truly like what I do. But I want to keep my good staff.
I think it was.
But if anybody got any questions,
Judge Booker, thank you so much for being here. Commissioners, any questions?
Right, no, I've
Thank you,
got
Judge.
Commissioner Hudson?
Thank you for all that you do. That's my precinct, and I know they work hard.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Ms. Payne?
49 minutes. We're done. No. If y'all have any questions regarding what was discussed today, please ask them. We'll go over some additional requests tomorrow. At the end of tomorrow, I will ask you to prioritize. Keep in mind, a lot of things that are coming through, I have requested data, caseload, all this information to help us make the decisions that are appropriate to put into the proposed budget. And so y'all have that in your packet as well. So if you have any additional questions, please feel free to ask.
Ms. Payne, thank you so much to everybody that attended, judges, all the coordinators out there. Thank you. It is 2:49. The budget workshop at Brazos County Commissioners Court on Personnel is now adjourned.